I don't know where to start. Well, I'll start at the beginning. I was having a really bad day, you know the sort of days. Do you have those, where nothing goes right and it doesn't matter what you do, you just can't sort it out. I'd had a row with my sister and there's no change there. She was on one again once, she telling me what it was like, that I was on my own and that I shouldn't be living on my own and I should be with someone, and look at her, she's been married all these years. Well, that doesn't mean anything, does it, that you've been married all those years? It doesn't mean you're happy, does it? Because I don't think she is happy, really. But anyway, she was going on, and it really got to me. It really got on my nerves. I ended up having a row, put the phone down. I was off to university, and when I got there, I met up with a friend of mine. He's a young lad. He's just started his year at university, and he was feeling a bit low as well. We sort of get on all right, a bit mum, and I suppose I'm a bit like a surrogate mum to him. He was depressed. He'd just come out to his parents and he was having a bit of a rough time of it. I think he was feeling a bit homesick as well. So I said, look, why don't you come over at the weekend? I'll cook us a nice meal, cheer us up, and it'll be, a really great time. So I said, what's your favourite food? He said, beef Wellington. I said, God, I said, you don't go by halves, do you? I said, don't worry. I said, that's it. You want beef Wellington? That's what you're going to get. So I got all the ingredients and I set out on the Sunday then. I was cooking everything. I got everything ready. I got the steaks done. The pate was there, all the mushrooms, everything, and it was all ready to go into the pastry. So I got the pastry ready and I'm ready to roll out the pastry. I can't find the rolling pin. I couldn't believe it. I just thought, oh God, where am I going to get this now? I looked in all the kitchen cupboards. I was frantic because, I know it wouldn't really have mattered without the pastry, but for me, I wanted it to be perfect because we'd been saying how things weren't perfect in our lives. I wanted this meal and this afternoon just to be really, really, spot on. Oh, I couldn't find this bloody rolling pin. Didn't know what I was going to do. I even looked in the shed, but no chance. And that's when I saw it. I walked into the sitting room and I looked across and there's the parrot on the perch, which is sort of round like a rolling pin, So I used the parrot's perch to roll out the pastry. I cleaned it, I did clean it well. I thought, oh God, and I was killing myself laughing when I was doing this. I thought, I can't believe you're doing this, Dawn. This is, just so you. He came round and we had the meal and I thought, shall I tell him? And I thought, no, I won't tell him. What you don't know doesn't hurt you, does it? And I'm smiling all through the meal and I'm thinking this is going well. And he actually said to me, this is the best beef Wellington I've ever had. And at that point, I nearly cracked out laughing and I nearly told him what I'd done, but I thought, no, don't spoil it now for him. He doesn't know, it's best he doesn't know. So I just sat there and I was smiling to myself and I thought, oh God, can't believe you've pulled this off. Anyway, off he went. And that's when it all started, really, because, the thing is, I got away with it. Nobody knew. He didn't know. So, if it hadn't been for that, I wouldn't have done the rest of the things that I did, really, I suppose. The next morning I got up, I was in a different frame of mind altogether. I felt happy and that, and of course the phone goes. It's there on the phone again, isn't it, my sister? Blah, 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 blah. And I thought, I'm not putting up with this. And then I thought, oh. So I said to her, look, right, why don't you come round tonight? I'll cook you a nice chicken pie, your favourite. I said, I'll do myself a nice veggie pie because they know I'm veggie at the moment. I have these phases when I go through vegetarian or whether I eat meat or not. So I said, come round, I'll cook you this nice chicken pie. We'll start afresh. We'll put draw a line under it, and we'll just try and have a nice evening together, like we can do sometimes. So she went along with it. She agreed. She said she'd call, be at about 7 o'clock. So and that was it really, you know. So I got the chicken, I got all the ingredients I needed. I came to put the filling in the pie. It just looked really measly. It was really, really small. There wasn't much in there. And I thought, oh my God, she's just going to moan about this now. She's just going to have a right go at me about this. It's just going to give her one more reason to have a chip. I can't have this. What am I going to do? And I looked in all the cupboards to see what I could put in this pie to fill it out. And the only thing I had was the cat food. There was 2 chicken sachets left. Took them out. I thought, well, she's never going to know, is she? And I put that in the pie. Of course, I was laughing when I was doing it, and I felt good. I felt really good, because it meant to me, like, I was getting my revenge, and she didn't know. She had no idea. You don't blame me, do you? You know, you can see why. Hiya, come in. She came round, she ate the pie, and I was sort of smiling, and I was in a really good mood all night. In fact, she commented on it. She said, "You're really happy this evening, aren't you?" Of course, I was deliriously happy, because she didn't know, did she, what I'd done. She went off feeling like she'd got one over on me and feeling really happy about everything. Whereas me, well, I was just absolutely over the moon, because I couldn't stop laughing, because I got one up on her and she didn't know. And I got away with it again, you see. Then the next morning she rang me to thank me for the meal. I said, that's no problem and everything, and she thinks we're all good and friendly and that. And that's when she dropped it right into the conversation. My ex that I'd left years ago was out of jail. He was out of Nick, and he wanted to get in touch with me. She'd seen him the other day in the supermarket. She wanted to bring it up last night, but as we'd been getting on so well, she didn't want to rock the boat. But there she was telling me about that. Well, I didn't want to see him. I said to her, what's the matter with you? You know I've put up with all those batterings and everything else. I've started a new life, and yes, I might be on my own with the cats and the parrot, but this is how I want it to be. So I thought, oh, I'm not going to put up with him stalking me again. I'm not going back to that. So I knew where he'd be that night, and I went to the pub, and there he was, loud and leery, with his mates, with his beer, and he looked at me, and there he started. I knew you'd be around to see me. I knew you couldn't cope without me. I knew you'd want me. La, 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 la. Oh, I just felt sick. I just thought, right, I'm going to sort this out. I said, right. I said, you're right, I have missed you. I've missed your company. Come round tomorrow night. I'll cook you a nice meal. So I said, what do you want? And he said, shepherd's pie. I said, shepherd's pie it'll be. So I came home and I decided that I was going to make him one of my specials. See. So the next day I made all the ingredients, and then I got the mashed potato, and I was mashing the potato. I was getting really, really annoyed. And then I just looked at the sleeping tablets. I thought, I'm not having him getting lecherous with me on the evening, and I'm not putting up with that. You needn't think he's starting. If I put some sleeping tablets in the mashed potatoes, he's going to go to sleep. End of the evening, that'll sort it out. So I crushed up the tablets and I put them in the mash, wished it all round. Of course, I was having my veggie pie, so I wasn't having the same as him, so it didn't matter where I put it. Hiya, come on, come in. He came round, he thought he was on a winner, didn't he? Started eating the pie, told me he enjoyed it, and he was bragging about this and I couldn't really believe his attitude. There was no sort of apology for how he'd been before or anything like that. And then he just drops it into the conversation as though it's like he's just talking about the groceries that he's bought this week. He tells me that when we were together 7 years ago, when I was putting up with all his carrying on and his shenanigans, he was sleeping with my sister. I know. And that hurt. Really hurt, because that was my sister who was supposed to be supporting me through all of that. And all the time that was going on and I didn't know. And he was so proud of himself about the way he was going on about it. And I just thought, I can't stand this. I just looked at him I didn't let him see it. I didn't show, I just smiled. I said, do you want some more pie? I'd love some, he said. So I went out to the kitchen and I got some more tablets and I crushed some more tablets up, and I was absolutely, well, you would be mad, wouldn't you? I mean, I was near to tears, but it was anger. It wasn't, you know, and I crushed these tablets up and I just threw them in the mashed potato, and I came back out and I put the plate down in front of him and he ate the lot. I tipped the red wine bottle. I made him finish the wine, the whole bottle himself. He didn't notice how much he was drinking. And he started feeling drowsy and going sleepy. And I said, you're not sleeping here tonight. Don't think you've even got a chance of it. So I got hold of him. I phoned a taxi, bundled him in the taxi. I gave him another bottle of red wine. I said, yeah, I'll get on with that when you get home. Help yourself. I'll see you tomorrow. All smiles and sweetness and light I was. Yeah, ta-ra, ta-ra. Off he went. The next morning, I got a phone call from a friend telling me that my ex was out of prison. So I said, oh, right, okay. But then she said that apparently last night he'd taken a load of tablets and a bottle of wine, or too much wine, and he committed suicide. Can't say I'm sorry about that, but I can't stop too long now because my sister's coming round tonight and I'm cooking her a meal. Here, come on. Come on. Come through.